are now listening to the Community Proud Podcast.
Welcome to Kendall's office.
Here we go.
First off, thank you so much to Kendall for letting us use his space and some of his equipment, his table.
We love you, Ken.
Drinks. Shout out to Kendall, longtime friend of the pod, one of the first episodes. So now let's talk about you and Girltimevisalia.
Yes.
Why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, so my name is Jasmine, or you can call me Jazz. Like, we're peoples now, so you can call me Jazz.
I'll call you Jazz.
Yes, I'm the founder and lead dance instructor for Girltimevisalia here in Visalia.
Awesome.
So we're hanging out, having a little conversation.
Awesome.
Or whatever.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a little bit about me.
All right. So we're going to just go through your background, talk more about Girl Time, and at the end, we'll talk about how we can give this back to the audience, what they can learn from what you do.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So where are you from?
I was born and raised here in Visalia.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Fresno State and then came back here. So these are my roots. This is what I know. This is my hometown. And yeah, so I'm just from here.
Okay, cool.
Just chilling.
Where'd you go to school?
For high school, I went to Golden West. Go Blazers! Shout out to the Blazers. And there, you're shaking your head. Where'd you go?
Hanford West.
You're not even in our district. Ever.
We don't like you guys still. We don't like y'all still.
Yes, but yeah, I went to Golden West. I did cheer there. I did dance team. I did musicals. So I was really involved in like performance and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So having Girl Time in my adult life it's been incredible. It's been so fun. I feel very grateful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you start dancing?
I started formally dancing when I was 5.
Okay.
My parents put me in dance, and then I did that all throughout pretty much high school. I was on the dance team there.
Mm-hmm.
And then straight out of high school, I went to Fresno State, was on the dance team. So got some collegiate experience. Then when I came back here, I ended up transferring to COS, did cheer there, did a little bit of dance, and then here we are. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, but since I was 5.
So when you were, I know this was a long time ago,
Yeah.
When you were 5, do you remember how your parents became or made that decision to put you in dance? Was it just like, oh, let's just try some things, like maybe we'll put her in soccer and softball and things like that, what most kids go through?
Yeah.
Was it like, oh, she needs to dance, or were you interested in dance?
Yeah, I mean, since I was in diapers, I would do little bobs,
Okay.
little dances.
Okay.
They would hype me up. Mm-hmm. And eventually they were just like, we need to put her in some type of performance, whether it was gymnastics, cheer, dance, like it had to be something.
Okay.
My mom, she did cheer, she did dance, so I started with dance. There was a gymnastics class I was in, tap, jazz, ballet, and then from there I grew more into hip hop, street jazz, things like that. So,
Awesome.
yeah, but it was kind of natural. I was dancing anyway, so they just put me in class and said, get that energy out. So, yeah.
Awesome. Were there anything else when you were younger that you're interested in?
Was really big into writing. I love creative writing. When I was in 4th grade, my teacher, he was really into tech stuff. So he would like make computers, fix computers. And after you would get like good test scores or you did something good, you would get these little like fake money. Mm-hmm. And then you could save them up or you can cash them in. And I really wanted a computer, and it was a free computer, so might as well. Yeah. So I saved up all my little fake money from my good report cards and stuff, bought the computer. A whole computer that teacher had? 4th grade. Yeah, he would make computers and he was like, look, it's going to be like $1,000 or whatever it was going to be. Yeah. So I bought it and my dad put it into my room. My mom got me a big old desk and I would just sit in there for hours just typing. Yeah, I was really into writing. Really into writing, yeah.
Well, a computer sounds way better than what like treasure boxes I had when I was in 4th grade, 3rd grade, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Computer, wow.
And you had like candy and toys and things like that, but there was like big prizes. So like the computer was like the biggest thing you could save for, and a couple of us got that, and man, I love that thing so much.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what are some of the things that you would write about?
And it's crazy to think about because I was in 4th grade, but I would write almost like adult type stuff. I mean, not like sexual, but like adult like topics, subject matter. Like I would talk about domestic violence. I would talk about like horror type stories. It was really, a lot of things going on. I would write play scripts. I would write just essays for fun. I love to read. But yeah, it was kind of just everything. I write about everything, but a lot of more like mature, dark type stuff. But yeah, and then I kind of got more into like the creative writing in an essence of like some lighter stuff, girl stuff, things that we care about, talk about, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back a little bit more to when you were younger or the same age, I don't know. Is there any specific memory that you have with dance that you can remember that really sticks out to you?
Positively or negatively?
It could be one that you learned from. It could be a positive one that's like, that really made you, you know, this is what I want to do in life.
Okay, I have a memory for that. When I was in dance in elementary school, I was going to a studio, and we would go to a dance camp every summer in Vegas. And again, this was probably when I was around the age of like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. And I went one year, and Marty Dew, I don't even know if you've heard of him or know him, but he's a very respected hip hop dancer. At the time, he was working on the movie You Got Served. So he was doing that, and so he was teaching a hip hop combo to everybody, and then at the end he was like, okay, I'm gonna have some dancers to spotlight. And me just being young and just lit on, like, okay, I get to watch the big girls do the dance. And I got picked. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, I love this for fun. It's not like serious, you know?
Yeah.
And I did it with the whole group, and then he's like, I want to do it with you. So I got to go on stage with him in our convention room and perform it, and it was a Beyonce song. I'll never forget it. And that's when I knew, I could do something with this. I could touch people with this. I could do something bigger. So yeah. Oh wow, that's memory lane. Hold on. Yeah, but that's probably when I knew, like, oh yeah, I really like this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite what's your favorite dance movie?
Favorite dance movie? I like Center Stage. That's more so about ballet. I think it's based in New York, like a ballet company. I like Footloose. That was like my first musical I'd ever seen was Footloose. Those are like the two I can think of. The Step Up movies, the first Step Up. So more like hip hop, jazz type. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said a little bit ago in that story you just told that you could really impact people's lives. How have you impacted lives so far with Girl Time?
Yeah, I get a lot of messages from people who've attended my classes and then people who've just seen videos like through my feed. And the people who go to class, about 95% of them have never had dance training before, never, been taught in a class setting, with other adult women. And to see them go from very unsure about themselves, very, not confident, to at the end of class, high-fiving each other. Oh, girl, what's your Instagram? Oh, you killed it on this move. To just see their confidence level rise, and that empowerment just manifests itself out of strangers. It's people really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy seeing it. As a dancer, being able to share my love for something with other people is one thing, but being able to affect them in the long run with their confidence and how they view themselves, that's what means the most to me, and that's the impact that I want to leave. So, yeah.
Okay.
Get deep, okay? Get deep.
That's how we do it on the Community Proud.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just lost that next question. Hold on. Let me think.
Have you ever danced before? Have you taken a dance class before?
I've never taken a dance class before.
We gotta show you some moves at some point at this interview. We gotta get some.
You don't want to see me dance. I don't know about that.
We gotta give the people what they want. They want to see you bust a move with Jasmine.
I've danced on the podcast before. Okay. Episode 10. It wasn't anything. It was with.
Speak life into yourself. It was something.
I mean,
it was something.
It was something because the whole idea of it is that they were doing something positive out of it, just being happy while dancing. That's just a positive thing to do.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I'm very uncomfortable dancing.
Really?
I am.
What is it? Is it people watching you, or is it just your body doesn't feel comfortable? Like
I've always been somewhat of an awkward person.
Okay.
I've grown out of it a little bit. I still have my awkward moments. I'm sure everybody does, but I just feel like I'm extra awkward sometimes.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to dancing. I mean, even at formal, at prom. Actually, I didn't go to prom, but at formal, I mean, I'll do.
He said, hold on, let me show you.
Like that or something, but I mean, if my date wanted to dance at the time, I would have to, obviously. I mean, that's my date.
Well, I'll show you something if you want. If not, I'll have to come back. We'll have to do one where we just teach you how to dance.
All right.
We'll do that. But yeah. But we have a class coming up tomorrow, the Grown and Sexy class. And it's the first of its kind. So we're going to have chairs in there. So it's going to be more of chair dance vibes. I wouldn't say striptease because no one's getting undressed, but it's very sensual, very feminine. So we're doing that tomorrow. We're going to have so much fun. So yeah, we have a class tomorrow and next week too.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
So what are your classes like? You said there's a lot of camaraderie in there. Everybody's congratulating each other. What else?
Yeah, it's just a vibe. It's a community. When you walk in, I have music playing. I teach at Train Like a Girl Studio. It's here in Visalia. It's an all-women's gym. And Nikki, the gym owner, she originally how it started was I was doing bookings at the time for Girl Time. So organizations, businesses, teams, they could invite me to their place of business and I could do like a team building day with them or teach them a dance or just different things. And Nikki, she was wanting me to teach a heels class for her gym members, just something private. And then we started talking and we're like, you know what? I think other people would really enjoy this, like other than the people at your gym. So we invited the public and the first class had 30 to 40 people.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah. And all of those women, like I said, a majority of them had never danced before. They were there just to try something new. So there's music going, I'm always saying yes or work, slay. Like I'm always speaking life into the women because I want them to take that out and speak life into others too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun music. Sometimes we have some snacks and things like that. So it's a vibe. It's really fun.
That's awesome. That's really important. Just women speaking power into other women.
Absolutely.
I just feel like you're definitely leading a good charge with that as well.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, 30 to 40 people in one class, you said?
Yeah, it was the first class. Now, since the newness, I think, has kind of died down, we're more so like 10, 15 people. The class tomorrow, we're at 15. Okay. And I kind of like a smaller class because it makes it more intimate. I can get to questions quicker, more one-on-one learning. And they have a little bit more time to enjoy the class. We do a warm-up circle, we do the routine, like it's a whole thing. It's a whole vibe. Okay. But yeah.
So really you mentioned that you're going to do some, what was it called? The dance that you just mentioned that you're going to teach this next class?
Yes, so we have the Grown and Sexy class tomorrow. That's a chair class. Okay. So they're going to be learning very slow movements, very, dramatic lines and a lot of, sexiness. So that's tomorrow. Next week's class is our single ladies class, and that class is going to be very upbeat, very sassy. We're doing a Beyonce song, so totally different vibes. So
okay,
but I'm excited.
What are some of the other types of classes that you've done before? So I do mostly hip hop / jazz type classes. So when we're in heels, it's going to be more so like a jazz upbeat, very sassy and sexy. We do have sneaker classes too, and those are more hip hop based. So those will be more hard hitting and twerking and things like that. So we do kind of two different types of classes. And what would be your favorite?
Man, I like them both. It really depends on where my head is at for class. But I enjoy the sneaker classes. I think you can just get down more. You don't have the nerves of being in heels. Like it's just more of I wouldn't say easier, but it's a little more doable, I guess, in sneakers. So probably sneaker classes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine playing basketball in heels.
Yeah, you should try it. That should be a whole podcast.
That's all right. That's all right. Maybe if we expand more on YouTube here pretty soon, we'll have a segment like that or something.
Yes, when you expand on YouTube. It's already happening. Already happening.
There you go. I like that. Speaking into
existence. You're already on your path. You got to just walk in your purpose and things will align as they need to, you know? Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Here.
Thank you. Well, we're proud of you too because,
thank you.
Like I said before, you're just leading that charge with women empowerment. It's awesome.
It's all for the girls, okay? It's all for the girls. Yes.
Awesome.
And we celebrate diversity too. Like it's not just about just being a woman. It's about being different types of women. Body types. Ethnicities, where you come from, how you grew up, ages. We've had people in my class that are 50 years old, killing it, you know, among 18, 21, like it's a wide range of women who come to my class. And I think having that diversity makes people feel more comfortable with their bodies, makes it more inviting, and it makes it a better experience. You have different things to look at. Visually, it's beautiful. Like, so having that diversity is important too.
Yeah. Would you say hip hop is like your favorite type of dance just in general?
I would, yeah. I get a lot of my hip hop song inspiration from my brother, actually. He listens to a lot of trap, a lot of the hard-hitting rap, and I've noticed that I'll, you know, ride around my car and just, okay, all right, and then from then, I'm like, oh, I want to do a routine to this, and I wouldn't recommend this. Don't try this at home. But, you know, when I'm out and about running errands, if I hear a song from the radio, I'll start, you know, halfway choreographing in the car, just keeping that momentum going so I don't second guess myself and talk myself out of not doing it. You know, so I'll choreograph in the car, I'll choreograph in my head at work. Like, it's ongoing. But hip hop, yeah, hip hop for sure.
What was the inspiration to getting into hip hop in the first place? Would it be your brother or something else?
Well, when I was doing dance at the studio, I was taking hip hop there, and then also our dance camps in the summer in Vegas, they would do a lot of hip hop classes there, and that's kind of when it started. Like, oh, okay, like I really like this style. Granted, they had it at my studio, but it wasn't so much focused upon. Jazz was a big focus, tap, ballet, kind of those core dance styles. Hip hop, I didn't really have a lot of opportunity out here to do it, so I had to wait until summers to do it. And yeah, but I think it's a culture thing too. It's really big in my culture, hip hop, and so I was kind of raised with that, so my body kind of naturally just picks up rhythms and just goes with it. Yeah.
So when you're starting that creativity process of choreographing, how does that go? Obviously, I would have no clue. But.
Yeah. So it really just depends. Some dances I can make up in a matter of 15 minutes, and that's while I'm driving, like something very quick and easy. My more intricate dances, the longest those have taken me is about 2 days. And that process first is picking the song, getting inspiration. Is it going to be a hard-hitting song? Is it going to be slow and sassy? What's my vibe? Once I know the vibe, then I'll start picking through songs on my YouTube playlist. I'll ask my followers, hey, what kind of music do you guys want to listen to? Once the song is picked, then it's easy from there. Then I just play it over and over, pick out different parts of the song, choreograph to it, and that's pretty much it. I'll take inspiration from Aaliyah Janelle. She's a bomb heels instructor in LA. Kira Harper, she's out of New York, I believe. So I'll watch their videos for inspiration and then just tweak it and make it my own. So
what does your day-to-day look like? Because it seems like you're busy with all this, making up new dances and then teaching classes. Yeah,
and Girl Time is just like one aspect of my life. I also work full-time.
Okay.
I'm at my job about 40 hours a week. So those 2 days off that I have are focused on Girl Time.
Yeah.
I try to do a class. I try to do, some type of new content, whether that be going to businesses and filming some stuff, putting up polls, it's Black History Month. So putting up content about that. But day to day, yeah, if I'm at work, I come home, I'll answer my messages, check my emails, choreograph a little bit if I have a class coming up, and then just hang out. I'm really protective of my peace. I like being at home or with my close friends. We'll go out and go have a drink or go eat, and that's important too. But yeah, it's a balance, but I love it. So I want to keep doing it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, day-to-days change.
Okay. When you look at yourself in the future, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, what do you see yourself at and where do you see Girl Time at?
I definitely see myself having a huge women's convention. Like at a convention center or a hotel ballroom, I'd want to have all women vendors. So whether you're into beauty, you have your own cosmetics line, you have food catering, you're a DJ, whatever it is, I want to have vendors there. I want to lead a class for all the women who go. I want to have speakers. I want to have swag bags so they can leave with some goodies. I want the Girl Time dancers to perform. I want it to be a whole day, a women's seminar. I definitely want to teach classes out of Visalia. So Southern California, Bay Area, Fresno. Yeah, I just wanted to be, this is something so, I think, so great. And the people who come to my classes, they think it's great. It's just getting the word out and getting it on a bigger scale, you know? So yeah, commercials. I'd love to be like a brand ambassador for like Fabletics or something. Like I don't know, I'm all into it. Like I want to see what I can do. I want to see what the universe has for me. I'm for it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, a little bit.
So let's get into the last section, which is giving it back to the audience a little bit. Someone's right now, I don't know actually, when this episode comes out, they're going to be watching this and they're going to be in the dance. Yeah. Hypothetically, I don't know. What do you have? They're just getting started in dance. What are some suggestions that you have for them?
My suggestions would be to be patient with yourself. When I was coming up, it was very hard for me with what's called turnout. So rotating your hips, rotating your feet. It was hard to be soft, be subtle in ballet. It was very hard for me. Like I wanted to be big movements, and so I would just say be patient with yourself. There's probably going to be a lot of different styles you'll do, so try as many as you can. Don't be afraid to stand out, whether you're in the back, if you're in the front. Perform big, perform like we're coming to see you. I would say just take as many opportunities as you can. There's so many things when I was younger in dance I wish I would have done or pursued more. So yeah, take opportunities and teach other people how to dance. Like dance is such a universal language of body expression, and it's something everybody can do. So teach, let it continue. Teach dance is what I would say. And it doesn't have to be a class, but you know, your homegirl or your homeboy, like, hey, did you see this new move? Oh, hey, you see me rocking? Like, teach dance, let it continue, because it brings people together. It really does. So that's what I would say.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
So for the timid dancers out there, like myself,
we gonna get you out of your shell. Don't worry about it. Like, we're gonna get you out of your shell.
So what are some of the suggestions that you would have for someone like myself that's a little more hesitant about, like you said, getting yourself in the spotlight? Yeah,
I would say first figure out what type of dance you like to do, and that could be like there's a certain artist that you like to dance to, certain types of songs. Get your swag, sit in the pocket, get that comfortability first. Then do your research and see what classes are in your area that have that type of style. Especially if you're new to dance, I would definitely recommend trying a style that you're already kind of comfortable doing on your own time. Because I feel like if you jump into something completely that you've never done before, you might psych yourself out to say, I can't do this, when you really can, but your mind hasn't seen you do it yet, so you're like, I can't do this. So I would say to try with something you kind of already do, and then branch out from there. That's just my advice, my opinion. Some people might say, no, just do whatever you want. To really get into it though, I would try with something you're comfortable with and then branch out from there. That's what I would do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be my last question before we wrap things up.
Okay.
I've been asking this question since episode 10, the same one I danced on.
Okay.
How or who do you want to be remembered as? And I'll ask the same thing for Girl Time too. What do you want Girl Time to be remembered as or known as?
I guess I'll start with Girl Time. For Girl Time, when you come to my page or you come to my events, my classes, if you hear anything about Girl Time, I want it to always be remembered as a place of love above all else, and of positivity and speaking life not only into yourself but others. Because if you're only speaking life into yourself, what happens? It just stays within you. You really have to, branch out and give it to other people because we need it, I want people to remember Girl Time for the diversity, getting on the page at any given day and being able to scroll down or go into the events and seeing different races, different body types, ages, different people. Like, I want it to be known that I can see myself in somebody when I go to Girl Time. I'm going to see somebody who looks like me. I'm going to see people who don't look like me, and we're going to vibe.
Yeah.
So that's with Girl Time. I just want it to be known for the diversity, the love, and the positivity. For me, I want to be known, pretty similarly, as somebody just as a representation of love. believing in yourself. If something were to ever happen to me, which I mean, it'll happen to everybody eventually, but when something happens to me and I'm no longer on this earth, I want people to remember that I tried to bring people together, and I tried to help people find their light, because everybody has one. And I think people today don't take the time to help people find their light. They're only focused on themselves. And that's why we're in the mess that we're in right now. People are focused on themselves and what they want and their experience. And there's billions of us here for a reason. We're not here just for us. We're here for the mass, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I want to be remembered for bringing people together, being fly, you know, and just being a good person of love. That's what I want to be known for.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. Is there anything I might have missed before we sign off?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's important maybe to talk about before I really kind of got my feet wet with Girl Time. At the time, I was on unemployment. This was last year. I was in between jobs, and I had never experienced anything like that. I had been working since I was 17 in retail jobs and different things. So last year was my year that I was like, what is going on? How did I get here? And being on unemployment, you don't get a lot of money. It goes very fast. And so I started panicking, and I'm like, okay, I need to do something that is going to give me purpose, so I can stop thinking about the money. I can stop thinking about the situation I'm in right now. I need to be thinking about long term. So how can I bring some purpose in my life? How can I bring some purpose into the people around me? So I prayed. I'm very much so a very spiritual person, just to reveal what my purpose was, or at least one of them. And I had a dream. Girl Time's name popped in my head. And I called my godmother, Stephanie, and just told her, look, I have this idea. Like, I want to bring women together. I want to have these events and have them leave feeling full and feeling fulfilled. And she's like, do it. Because she knows how I am. If I think about something too much, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. So she was just like, just do it. And if it fails, it fails. If it works, it works. But do it. So I started with my free events. We did vision boards for women. We did a Mommy and Me event where they did arts and crafts. Lots of different things. And then it just blossomed into the bookings. And then Hip Hop and Heels was born. And then it's just been kind of going from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would say, you know, just work hard and work towards something. Like, even if you're going through something like unemployment, or, you know, maybe something's wrong with your health, your spirit's not right, something, just push through and know that you're in this moment for a second, a split second of your whole life. You got your whole life to live, and you got to focus on that, you know? So yeah, I'd like that maybe to be in there. Like, you got to start somewhere. And if somebody would have told me last year, oh, next year, you know, you're gonna have these classes, you're gonna have these people who support you, you're gonna have this community, I'd be like, what? You know, because I don't have a lot of friends. I have a very small, close group of friends, and to be able to say that I'm out of my shell a little bit more now because of Girl Time, it's very, very cool. Very cool.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I thought that was important. Yeah. Keep going no matter what.
Awesome. Do you want to shout yourself out on social media?
Oh, you know, I might do a little shout out off my head. Okay, here we go. So shout out. If you guys liked our interview today, you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, follow Girltimevisalia. It's all one word on Instagram. I'm sure you guys will tag or have a little name
all week.
But yeah, Girltimevisalia. Follow us. Men, women. I mean, I have some men who follow and they like the content too. It's all positivity. So. But definitely if you're a woman, hit that follow button, come to a class, DM me, say what's up. But yeah, Girltimevisalia.
Awesome.
Instagram. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to Kendall for the office. And we'll catch you guys next time on the next episode.
Bye, y'all.
This was episode number 26 of the Community Proud podcast.